Hey everyone, my name's Lily and I'm the book blogger behind Utopia State of Mind, and today I'm going to chat with you about all of my A Darker Shade of Magic, Grishaverse, and the Cruel Prince pins. These are kind of like, were on my pin hoop of most, hyped series and hyped pins that I have, so let's just jump into it. I'm going to talk about it by books. So I'm going to start off with the Cruel Prince. The first one I'm going to start off with from Dreamy & Co. is He's Flint, You're Tinder. This is a pretty big pin. It's really pretty though, but I've heard a lot about the romance in The Cruel Prince, and so I'm intrigued to see how it plays out. I have not read The Cruel Prince. I'm thinking about filming a reaction kind of series to the books as I read them when I do, kind of like what I'm doing now for Shadow and Bone. So I think I'm going to do that. Also, please excuse the fact that if I misname where these pins are from, it is really just because I have not read them. Sorry that you'll hear the noise of pins and me moving them around. The next one is Tell Me That You Hate Me. This is from Alchemy and Ink, and also I assume a Cruel Prince pin just based on the designs. Also, I think when I bought it, I knew it, so that's why I put it on this pin hoop. Don't know what else to say about it, except I guess they're gonna have a turbulent relationship. I have heard that the romance in The Cruel Prince is like a hate to love, enemies to romance thing. Don't know about that. The next one I also have is this one that says Wicked. I'm pretty sure this was from Illumicrate and Fable in Black. I really like that it says Wicked on it, kind of like as almost like little gemstones in the crown, and I just love crowns in general. I'm pretty sure this is my only crown pin. Or no, sorry, this is not my only crown pin. Wow, Lily. But this is my only predominantly crown pin, and I do really enjoy it. And then the last one has to be Strike and Strike and Strike Again. This was the pre-order pin for the second one. What is the second one? The Wicked King. I was gonna say, what is the second one? Was a pre-order pin incentive for the Wicked King. I have also the ones for the Cruel Prince and the Queen of Nothing, but I don't have them with me. But I think that this one with this like cityscape pin from Alchemy and Ink may be from the Cruel Prince. Just because I've started Shadow and Bone and these words don't mean anything to me, but maybe they're from the future, so I'm going to include it here as we transition to the Grishaverse pins because it's one of the two. I don't actually know, but it's one of the two. I love the image of all of these towers, and it looks like kind of like a castle, and so I really do like the image of it. I'm just not exactly sure where it's from. I have not prepared for this. I have a whole spreadsheet where I like talk about where my pins are from and where my bookish merch and swag is from, just to keep all subscription boxes kind of separate and designers and like shops and stuff separate, but didn't plan. That's kind of the state of my life. So anyway, we're gonna go into the Grishaverse pins. So I think that the first one that I'm gonna talk about is the King of Scars pre-order pin. There's also, I'm expecting the Rule of Wolves pre-order pin as well, but I'm filming this before Rule of Wolves is out. But this is the King of Scars pin. I really like this one because I like that it matches the book, but I also like that it looks a little bit like a crest. I have not read King of Scars, and also I'm only really now in the middle of Shadow and Bone, so that's why I'm including it. The most of these are also from Six of Crows, not like the Grishaverse, or not the Shadow and Bone trilogy, because I have not read it, and I don't have any pins actually from the Grishaverse like thing. I have seen pins that say Sun Summoner and like pins that say other stuff, but I didn't have any because honestly, until recently, when I started Shadow and Bone, I didn't know that Sun Summoner was a Shadow and Bone thing. I legit thought it was something from like Strange the Dreamer or maybe Shatter Me. So I'm not sure. Depending on how I like that trilogy, maybe I'll eventually get a pin from it, but don't have it. But the next one I'm going to talk about are Six of Crows pins. I'm going to first talk about these two pins from Falfira Moon Designs. They are both, I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if these were Kickstarter pins or just from their normal shop. They're really cute. The first one says no mourners, no funerals, and it has like crow feathers. Crows are a huge theme in Six of Crows, so you'll see that the majority of these pins have crows on it. And the second one is from Ketterdam, and it has kind of a silhouette skyline of it. I just really love Falfira Moon Designs pins in general. And when I saw that they were doing ones for Six of Crows, I knew I had to jump on it because it's one of those things where like I either really love a book or I really love like a pin designer, and that's kind of where that's kind of why I'll pick up pins, or like why I'll pick them up essentially. I've been filming for so long, I've just lost like all ability to form words. Whew. The next one is Crow Club. Keep on with the crows. This is from Nerdy Box or Nerdy Post when they were doing their subscription box, like fan box things where they were doing pins and merch and stuff. And I think this was from a YA fantasy one, essentially, but it's just this crow. And I also really like, kind of like with Kings of Scars, how it looks a little bit like an insignia. Also, this is from Icy Designs, and this is, it says NMNF on it. It stands for No Mourners, No Funerals, which is a statement from Six of Crows. And it has a crow on a cup. I love how, like, delicate this pin feels to me. Even though it's pretty sturdy, because it's, like, enamel, it's so delicate because a lot of pins have a lot of movement to the left, and they feel more horizontally secure, I guess, and this one is more vertical, and so for me it's also just pretty unique in that aspect. And also I love Icy Designs pins so much, and so I knew that I had to track that down. The next one, I cannot remember who makes this, and it's a kind of a cityscape of Ketterdam. I really like it because it's very colorful. The other cityscapes that I'm seeing in this kind of collection are more just monotone, but I really love that this one specifically has red, white, and black, which are like is my favorite color combination, red, white, and black. So just loved seeing that in the pin form. Then I also have this set that says No Mourners, No Funerals, and it's a skull and a bird. I remember that my mom actually unboxed this in the mail for me to show it to me, and she was so freaked out. She was like, what is this pin? It's a skull, and then the other one is a bird? Is this right? Like, are you buying this? And I said, yes, that is right, and I am buying this. I love skull pins. I love kind of creepy pins. This is my only, like, creepy pin, but believe me, I've looked at more, and I want them. And the last one is this postcard stamp pin that says Kirch. It says this word, I think it's pronounced Kirch, on it. I haven't seen anyone really say it, and that's not because people haven't said it, it's because I haven't seen them say it. But it's another cityscape, and I love the like postal icon look, I guess, because I have a few other ones for the darker shade of magic that also have this similar vibe. I just love the idea of it. Like, I never really collected stamps growing up, but I use stamps a lot, and my mom has a lot of collections of stamps, not for collection purposes, just because she buys stamps and then wants to use them. So growing up and seeing a lot of that really beautiful stamp stuff, and stamp imagery and like the meaning of stamps has been really great to see and just feels super nostalgic for me. And we're going to go into a darker shade of magic pins, and we're gonna continue the stamp thing for the Red London pin. This is really fun because it says Red London, and in a darker shade of magic there are these kind of multiple different versions of London. So it's red, black, white, and gray London. So I'm not sure if the person who makes this pin also has the other ones as well, but I really loved this Red London pin because of the stamps. And the next one is from Alima Crate, because I bought it at YALC, so the Young Adult Literature Convention, pre-pandemic, when they were still, when people were meeting, and it was really nice when people were meeting. And so it's this compass, and it looks a bit like a stamp, which is why I'm, bringing it up now. But it has this compass with the different kind of colors, and it has a stamp kind of look to it, which I really enjoy. And it reminds me of this other compass pin from Iron and Ink Designs, which is a darker shade of magic compass pin as well. So Iron and Ink Designs is also one of my favorite kind of pin designers, but the shipping is really intense from that. I'm pretty sure they're located in Japan. so the shipping is just really expensive. So I only have 2 Iron and Ink pins, even though I really love their pins, and this is one of them, and it's for a darker shade of magic with this compass. I love that it's this burnt kind of coppery brass look, because I don't have really any pins that have this, and so it's just very unique. It gives me so much nautical vibes to it. The next one is one that just says Astravars, which is one of the like magical commands in a darker shade of magic, and it has this little cute red flower in it. I really like it. I'm not sure if the pin designer has done other, you know, sayings from a darker shade of magic, because there are other like magical commands, but it's just really nice, and it feels a lot like, I haven't seen this design in this pin, or I haven't seen really this design in other pins. Like you could tell in the other pins I was talking about, the compass and the different colors, like you can see that in a bunch of different darker shade of magic pins, but this is really fun to see a different take on the pin and a different take on the world. This one is from Dreamy & Co, and it says, "I'd rather die in an adventure than live standing still." This is a very popular quote from a darker shade of magic. I've seen it on 5 million different things, but it's on this really fun pin, which looks a little bit like comic book style with the waves and the ship and stuff, and it's really fun, and I really like it, and I ended up tracking this down a while ago, but it just has like a very, very different look than the other darker shade of magic pins, because yeah, it just gives it more of a comic book graphic design to it, and I really like that. And the last one is probably like the biggest enamel pin I have. It's from Dreamy & Co, and it's from a darker shade of magic, and it says, "For the ones who dream of stranger worlds." It is gorgeous, and not only is it very big, but it has such intricate details with the gold and the red and the black, like different world Londons. I'm a little person, I assume Kel, with his red coat, who's walking from one to the other, and the flowers around the sides. Like, it is an intricate pin. I love it so much, and I think that it is so gorgeous, essentially, and I'm really glad that I got that one. And that brings me to the end of my darker shade of magic Grishaverse Cruel Prince pin hoop thing. I don't know what I'll call this video, essentially. But as I said, this is the end of the video. If you have any favorite specific like Grishaverse Shadow and Bone trilogy pins that you know, please let me know below, because then I can start scoping it out. But this is all of them, and as I've said a few different times, I'm going to try not to buy any more that feature into this. I hope you had a really great time watching this one. Hopefully it didn't go too long, and I will see you in the next one.